All right. If I keep seeing these ads with crystals doing this, they're like, our crystals don't catch on fire. All of our crystals in our crystal box are real. No, not the best way to do it. Clever marketing? Yes. And if you don't know, yeah, you wouldn't know. Well, let's talk about it. So all that really tells you is that this company is saying that they check their crystals to make sure they're not plastic or resin. It will not tell you if the crystal is actually a deceptive crystal, someone that's been dyed and is sold as a different crystal, or a crystal that's been irradiated, that's been heated, or even a synthetic crystal. It will not tell you any of that. And in fact, while the fire test is not a bad test if you have a suspected plastic or resin piece, most of the fakes on the market are not plastic or resin. I feel very confident saying the majority of the fakes are actually altered minerals sold as something else or complete synthetics. Really what we see in the plastic and resin land are beaded bracelets. A lot of malachite fakes are plastic, as well as a lot of the purpurite. I do see a lot of cabochons of purpurite that are resin or man-made. But yeah, it's not common. So this test really doesn't tell you much more, but it's really deceptive because you see the ad and you think, wow, like their crystals don't light on fire. They must take that extra care to determine that the crystals in their box are authentic. Of course, authentic is a relative term depending on what you define as authentic. We define them as what they come out of the ground, is what we're going to sell them as. If there's been alterations, we're going to note that. But I've seen the company that has this advertising, and I for a fact know they sell deceptive crystals. And I'll tell you why this usually happens. Crystals became really popular. You guys, I've been into crystals for over 20 years. I am 38 for reference. I was 16 when I really got into crystals, but I've been into collecting crystals since I was about 5 years old. But some people don't like to count that time because I was a small child. I had my first job at the age of 14 and I started buying crystals. And I was into crystals when it was not cool to be into crystals. Now, the problem is crystals have become very trendy. They've become a very large market. So we have big companies saying, hey, there's money to be made over here, but they don't know how complicated it is to source good quality minerals. It's not like t-shirts where I go to the t-shirt wholesaler and I'm like, I just want to check the fabric. Okay, we want 2,000 white t-shirts. That's not how it works with crystals. And this is why we have a lot of companies unknowingly selling deceptive crystals.